Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of October 15th through the 21st. Thank you so very much for tuning in. So before I get started, I just want to mention, just a reminder that this is most likely going to resonate mostly for Gemini rising, okay? I highly recommend that you guys, if you have access to it, find what your rising sign is and focus more on those readings, as those readings are really going to most likely resonate the most with you. Obviously, you can watch any reading for any placement of any sign or planet within a sign, that you find interest in or you want to look a little bit deeper on, or are maybe looking for guidance or messages in terms of. However, if you're looking for general life guidance and all that, and I would absolutely recommend that you start with or focus more on your rising sign, because that is, out of all three of the major placements, sun, moon, and rising, the rising is most likely going to be the one that resonates with you the most. All right, Gemini, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Eric. Please go ahead and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Find me over on Patreon, patreon.com/Divine Conversations, for lots of other great readings, including monthly love readings by sign and all that good stuff. Yeah? Excellent. Let's get started. Hi, Spirit. Please make me a clear channel for all Geminis at this time. Please bring forward the best messages to serve the highest good of all involved for the week of October 15th through the 21st of 2020. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, kids, let's get into this, Gemini. So I'm going to give this 5 shuffles here, and we're going to look at or get what is your common theme for this week. Yes? 1. 2. For my Geminis, Gemini rising. This is 3. 4. And 5. All right, Gemini, let's see, what is your theme this week? Okay, you have all tied up here. Let's get one more shuffle on that. In terms of all tied up for you, Gemini, woman holding a heart. Okay. All right, so this has something to do with love here, Gemini, and it looks like you are all tied up. You could be a feminine energy here, or a feminine dominant individual who is all tied up when it comes to love, or you feel all tied up when it comes to love. You could be an individual that is now resonating more or integrating more with your inner feminine energy, and you're starting to recognize in the ways that you are all tied up or all wrapped up, or you're starting to unravel your inner feminine from any sorts of confinement, mental prison. This all tied up energy could very well be is very much like the 8 of Swords. Some of you specifically, you are of the Divine Feminine Collective, and you feel all tied up when it comes to love, surrounding a twin flame potentially, or just, and if you don't resonate with the twin flame energy, you could feel all tied up in terms of a certain individual, most likely a masculine individual, and you feel like you can't get away. Others of you feel like are in terms of this all tied up energy, you're recognizing the ways that you have confined yourself, or you're feeling confined in love, maybe in certain circumstances with certain people, certain types of individuals, certain types of love situations, certain types of romantic situations, or and all that. Some of you are also feeling trapped in the past when it comes to certain relationships. Like there are some things that you just can't get over. That could be recreating itself in other relationships. Like it feels like you can't get away from certain elements of negative love situations. Or this is surrounding a specific person. Like you just can't get over a specific person, or you can't get over a specific way of being treated, or maybe the way things went down in this relationship. You could still be in this relationship, or this could be a past relationship. Some of you are also in a relationship in which you feel tied up and you need to get out of it. You feel like you need to burst free, but you can't. Okay. That was a lot, Gemini. All right, let's get into the rest of this here. We're going to now look at what is crowning you this week, Gemini. 5 shuffles here. 1, 2, 3. If you are on the masculine side of this equation, 4, you could be feeling tied to a certain feminine that you need to get away from, but you feel like you just can't escape. 5. All right, so what's crowning you, Gemini? What is crowning my Geminis this week? Openness. Interesting. I'm going to get another one. Ooh, truth. Okay, Gemini. Wow, that's pretty telling. So the big reason could be as to why that you're feeling all tied up is maybe you need to be open to the truth about a reality or about a situation. Come to terms with something is just what I just heard. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's look at now what is driving you, what is motivating you, what's your grounding, what's your foundation, what's driving or motivating you this week. 4 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is rooting you? What is driving you? What is grounding you this week, Gemini? Some of you are becoming open to the truth of your heart's desires here. Yep. And then you have releasing at the root of your situation. So yes, some of you are opening up. Where in the past you have felt all tied up, you felt blocked in a certain situation, you felt like you couldn't get away from a certain type of love situation, or something like that. This week it looks like, Gemini, you will be opening up. It's like you're going to be slowly but surely maybe doing this throughout the week, or maybe this is the week where you start to actually open up, or you start to begin this process of opening up here and releasing yourself from things that have held you back in the past. This doesn't necessarily have to be about love, because what I did here right before releasing came out was opening up to the truth of your heart's desire. That could be career also, what it is you really want to be doing in life. Like literally freeing your heart or freeing yourself to be open enough to move forward with what your heart is truly calling you for, or calling you towards, excuse me. All right, Gemini, let's get into your tarot here. And we're going to look at the 2 timelines that you could be facing, or the more of the storyline of your week here. 5 shuffles. 1, 2. For my Geminis. 3. All right, Spirit is actually taking me to, telling me to take these 3. Okay, this is 3. For my Geminis here, this is 4. And 5. of those back. The top one. Okay. Here we go. Boop. All right, Gemini. Overall energy here. Actually, no. I'm so sorry. That's such a habit. Let's see. Your timeline. Timeline A. You have the Queen of Wands. You have the Tower. Yep. And you have the Four of Pentacles. Timeline B. You have the Two of Swords. You have the King of Wands. And you have the Queen of Cups. Common denominator here, you have the Seven of Swords. At the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. And then our two extra cards here, we're going to add them to the common denominator. Five of Cups, Four of Wands. Okay, for some of you, this does feel like love. You do have the King and the Queen of Wands here. And I'm going to say this is a relationship. For some of you, this is a marriage. Yeah. For some of you, this could very well be a marriage with this Four of Wands in this common denominator. But the first thing that I felt when the Queen of Wands came out for you, Gemini, was getting back into the truth of your alignment, or getting back into your true alignment, or actually even getting into your true alignment to begin with. Okay? That's creating a Tower moment. Because in terms of this, you're figuring out what it is you really want. You're releasing yourself from being all tied up. You're open to the truth, the real truth about what it is that's either going on here or what it is that you want. And you're allowing yourself to release to the Four of Pentacles. It may even be a situation in which you're not necessarily allowing yourself to release, but you just have to release. You're going to release somehow. Something that you've been holding on to, something that you've been fighting for a long time. I do feel like this is a relationship, Gemini. For a good amount of you, I feel like this is a relationship that, quite frankly, isn't really working out for you. Or, to be honest, maybe never really has been working out for you, okay? Please excuse me, guys. I'm having allergies today. And it's so crazy because, like, I just heard maybe my channeling ability is getting stronger, because I was fine until I sat down to do the reading. And I'm like working with my third eye, it's opening, and now my sinuses are going all nuts. But anyway, I apologize, please forgive me. Let's move on. Timeline B. And I'm going to be honest with you. Well, okay. I was going to say I feel like this is two different people, but actually I feel like this could be the same person. You have the Two of Swords here, with the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups. And it's interesting because I will say that I do feel like this is the same person. And even trying to think that this was two different people didn't quite add up, didn't quite make sense in my head intuitively. And the reason why I was thinking this was two different people is because you have the King and the Queen of Wands here. But I do feel like this is in fact the same person. And this is this person that started here in the Queen of Wands energy, getting themselves into alignment. For sure. I'm even hearing for once and for all, which is now creating a Tower moment, okay, with a sense of releasing here. Four of Pentacles. And so now we get down into the Two of Swords with the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So the Two of Swords can be about denial. That's true. But I also often see the Two of Swords as an opportunity to not allow external circumstances or external influences to sway you. Okay? Instead of focusing on what you see or what you perceive of in the physical, instead focusing on what you are picking up on intuitively, or what you're experiencing or beginning to understand or hearing, feeling, seeing internally. Moving on to the King of Wands. The King of Wands is an individual that is very sure of himself and knows exactly what he wants, and is not going to let anybody tell him that he can or cannot. Which falls right in hand with the Two of Swords energy, in terms of, I'm not going to let the external influence, I'm not going to let the external influence me. On to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is emotional balance, security, stability, and boundaries. And to me, this progress is saying here, this progression from the Two of Swords to the King of Wands to the Queen of Cups is saying to me that somebody here really understands their emotional reality, really understands what they are feeling, is open to the truth of their feelings, and is willing to act on it, regardless of what they may experience or perceive of in the external reality. Seven of Swords, Five of Cups, and the Four of Wands in your common denominator here is deceit, recognizing deceit, understanding what's going on in your home. This could be a well-established relationship. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can also represent your spiritual or creative foundation. What once was seen to be as a solid foundation at this point now is looking like it was kind of a sham. And unfortunately, you're going to have to come to terms with that. That's true. Okay. But ultimately, this is coming up for the better here. It's being brought to your awareness for the better so that you can take this Four of Wands energy and fortify it in proper ways. At the bottom of the deck, you do have the Five of Pentacles, to the Six of Pentacles, to the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Swords, and the Lovers. I'm going to stop there. Now, Gemini, that is your energy. Okay, this Lover's energy here is your energy. Underneath, okay, underneath the Lovers is the Ace of Cups, and I was about to pick up that Ace of Cups, and Spirit was like, "Stop there!" I'm like, "Okay, great, I got it." What did I just step on? Did I just step on? No. I wanted to make sure I didn't step on a lizard because my cats love to catch lizards and bring them home as little trophies. Anyway, so what's going on here underneath the deck, Gemini? Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So what is... This is focused purely on the physical reality. This could be your career and finances. This also could be a relationship. I feel like this is a relationship, the strongest. It might be a friendship, but overall, I kind of feel like this has something to do with a romantic relationship for the majority of you. Again, this is a general reading, you guys, so take it as it resonates, okay? But what helped to create this instability or lack of foundation, lack of true foundation here, was allowing yourself to be in something like this because of a lack mentality, because of maybe feeling like you're not good enough or you can't have more. Or you can't have what it is you like or truly are worthy of. What anybody would be truly worthy of, because we're all worthy of the best, right? This feels like someone allowed themselves to be in a relationship or be in a situation that was less than fulfilling, I just heard. Also less than reciprocal. Five of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles. But now, somebody here is waking up and is requiring or acquiring balance. Someone desires a greater sense of balance here, and someone is looking at the situation for what it truly is. Also, Gemini, I feel like someone here is is able to see the situation for what it truly is now. I find myself asking what changed here. I'm really kind of wondering what catalyzed this. What set this off for you, Gemini? But that might be a rhetorical question. I think that's something that you can answer on your own. It may very well be that you are just, at this point, you're just ready for this. You're open to this truth at this point. And so now, because you're open to it, you're seeing something clearly. Okay, the Lovers at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Cups underneath that. The Lovers talks about a choice. Yes, it's about romance. It's about relationships. Okay, this could be a twin flame situation. Okay. But the Lovers is also ultimately about a choice and a higher calling. What do you choose? Do you choose vice or do you choose virtue? Do you choose yourself or do you choose others? And with the Ace of Cups underneath that, quite frankly here you're choosing yourself over someone else's wishes or desires. that were probably never really in alignment with you anyway. You just went along with it for whatever reason. That is your own reason. Okay. And that's fine. No one is judging you here for that. No one, okay? Because ultimately, Gemini, it looks like you've really learned. You've learned to come into alignment with yourself. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, the other thing that I want to point out here, Gemini, is that you do have the King and the Queen of Wands. To me, that is a representation of the balance between inner masculine and inner feminine energy. And if you've been following me for the last week or so, that's exactly what we've been talking about. All right, Gemini, so that's beautiful. That is quite beautiful. Let's get into some Lenormand here, and we're going to get some clarification. Yes, and give this 5 shuffles, excuse me. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5 for you, Gemini. We're going to start with this Queen of Wands here, coming into alignment with yourself. The Coffin and the Fish. Yeah, so wow, Gemini, this is really cool. It's like you're resurrecting from the dead. You're releasing yourself from this coffin. You're releasing yourself from like some sort of underworld type of energy. And you're moving towards abundance. And this is all just because you are you're getting into alignment with the truth of who you are and what it is you really, really want. The Tower. The Ring. Woo! But, okay, the Ring talks about making a commitment, but this is making a commitment to yourself here, I would say. 4 of Pentacles. Interesting. The Maze and the Dice. Anytime the dice comes out, I hear ABBA's Take a Chance on Me. What I feel like this is talking about so far, Gemini, is you taking a chance, rolling the dice, and I want to say entering the rat race again, but I don't know if that's really the best term. Re-entering the rat race. I feel like you're entering the realm of the maze of people again. So maybe you are becoming single and you're entering the dating world again. I feel like you're re-entering society here. But why is it with the dice? Coming out of the dead, the Bear. Okay, you've gotten much stronger. You've gotten much, much stronger here, Gemini. And you're willing to take a risk again in opening yourself up. I just heard freeing yourself from some sort of confinement. The Coffin, all tied up. You may see it as a risk. And that's why I'm so curious. I'm a little flabbergasted because I don't really feel like this would be taking a risk. But maybe that's how you're perceiving of it at this point. You're taking a gamble. You're rolling the dice. You're like, you know what? I might as well just try this and just let go of it once and for all and set myself free. Whatever happens, happens. Okay? But with the Bear here, Gemini, I feel like, because that's, yeah, okay, granted, that's a pretty bold move. You know, I guess you could say for the average person, me being that type of energy anyway, I'm like, look, I'm the type of person where it's like, I'm going to be happy no matter what. So if that means I'm taking a risk and I'm rolling the dice and I'm taking a gamble, okay, case in point, I moved to Puerto Rico from Brooklyn. I had only ever been here once, and I'm not fluent in Spanish yet, okay? But I mean, of course I live in an area where, you know, I can get by because there are plenty of people that do speak English. And I'm working on learning Spanish. But yeah, it was a gamble. moving to a completely different country that I've only had 2 weeks of experience in my whole life. And those 2 weeks was the moment when I decided I was going to move here. Okay. But that's just me. That's my nature. That's my personality. Personally, I don't really see that as that much of a risk, even though, yeah, it is a risk. At least I didn't. Okay, I get it. But see, not the problem. The thing about it here is, Gemini, you're strong enough to do this. The bear. You learned a lot of tough lessons. You really bulked up. Okay. Now the bear is also very protective. Ten of clovers, 10 of wands. Burden and strife. But this burden and strife has made you stronger. It has made you capable of untying yourself and taking this risk. Let's talk about the Two of Swords here. The Tree of Life. So you're more focused on life experience here. I think you've gotten to the point where, Gemini, you've had enough of being confined, and you're ready to take a leap of faith, take a risk, move on with your life in order to expand. The Tree of Life talks about basically the pathway of your soul, and how all the life experiences that your soul has gained through all the different existences and lifetimes and all that. And I think you're ready to re-enter this. You're not focused on looking at this from a place of practicality, three-dimensional reality. You're ready to break free and start experiencing more so that your soul can continue to grow. You've had enough of being confined in this space. And you're not going to allow anything to distract you from that. You've really gotten very, very strong, Gemini, and this is beautiful. King of Wands. Yeah, the snake. The snake is, okay, in the Lenormand deck, the snake is not an ideal card. It does talk about a snake in the grass that's ready to bite you. But quite frankly, I mean, the first thing I think of when I see a snake is wisdom. And sometimes, yeah, getting injured, getting hurt sucks, but it can bring you great wisdom, right? Okay, not all snake bites are bad. Okay. I mean, maybe in theory, I guess. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'm going to be honest with you, Gemini. I feel like this is your energy here. I mean, the King of Wands I do see as you, but I feel like you are that snake that's ready to bite. And here's the thing. A snake is not going to be so aggressive to just come after you randomly. Normally, if a snake is going to bite you, or if a snake is on the if a snake is attacking you, it's on a defensive somehow. Okay? It feels threatened. So it's defending itself. I feel like you're on the defensive here with this snake energy. Queen of Cups. You have the staircase and the bridge. And at the bottom of the deck now, you have the stars. So you're being guided through hope and faith. I feel like you do have hope and faith, but you need to continue to have hope and faith. But you're making a choice to cross a bridge here, to move on to a new environment. I just heard to see things through. All right? This is great energy for you, Gemini. I really do feel like this is great energy. By you focusing on your feelings and focusing on what it is you truly want and gaining some sort of stability and grounding and emotional boundaries, you are able to make a choice that's best for yourself to cross a bridge into a new paradigm, into a new environment. To boldly go where no man has gone before. Why did I just hear that from Star Trek? I love that, Gemini. Let's let one last look here. Let's clarify this common denominator energy. 7 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Okay, yeah, excellent. The Tower. The Tower is at the bottom. It represents, in the Lenormand deck, it represents establishment, businesses. I'm forgetting the word now. But the Tower also represents fortification, security, stability, something that takes a while to build. And so with the Tower here being at the bottom of the Lenormand deck, clarifying the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands, yes, I do feel like you were in a situation for a long time, but you finally were able to gain the wisdom, the owls, and the blessing involved in the situation, lilies. And now you're able to move on from it, stronger than you ever were before. Kudos to you, Gemini. So there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. I love you guys so very much. Please make sure, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, all the information is in the description box below. Also, check me out on Patreon. Yeah, patreon.com/divineconversations. And I love you guys so much. And I look forward to connecting with you again for our next reading for next week. Yeah? Take care. Mwah! Bye.